Back on the B side with Thomas Stumblebine versus Paul Stevens. And on the go, Thomas gets great hand position on Paul and stares him down across the table. Thomas saying to Paul, "Not today, old man. I have got my A game on and I am trying to win the money." And a big hit. Thomas Stumblebine shaking his head on Paul Stevens saying, "Not today. I am going to drive you to the pad," which he does. Gets the win, smiles back at Paul. Paul telling him, "Man, you are feeling really strong today." As we go to the replay, Thomas looks back, shakes his head, no. Gives him one back look and starts to drive that hand to the pad. Paul, with no answer, must let go. And unfortunately for today, Paul's day is over. We've got Thomas Stumblebine versus Scotty Partington. Table, and Thomas Stumblebine driving his hand to the pad. A big win, a big upset. Big redemption from Thomas Stumblebine as we go to the replay. That is moving Thomas into the finals, where he will be watching across the table as Jody Smith is going to look to win his first locked and loaded national championship. Will Thomas Stumblebine have enough to come through that class and score 2 wins? Folks, he is looking really strong.
Jody Smith, I'm 42, and I'm from Lathrop, California. I've been arm wrestling for over 20 years off and on. Yeah, I'd like to say hello to my family and friends.
So my name is Thomas Stumblebine. I'm from Vegas. I'm 23. Been arm wrestling 3 years. My favorite part of arm wrestling is the competition. I love that feeling that it gives me, that competitive outlet to challenge myself and try and get better, try and get stronger, you know, each week at a time, month at a time, year at a time, to try to be the best one day. That's the goal. Winning the overall would mean a lot to me because it means that I'm heading in the right direction in the sport. I'm getting stronger and one step closer to being the best one day. To compete against my favorite arm wrestler, my favorite and also least favorite, I would say Scott Partington, because he's crushed me, but he's motivated me a lot because I faced him the first time a year ago in Vegas, and he destroyed me left and right, and got my first win on him on the right, which felt really good. So he always motivates me because he's just really, really strong in the sport. So it's just like that pinnacle that I'm trying to reach, basically.
Folks, moving on to the 239 class. We have got 2 very, very anxious and motivated arm wrestlers. On the left, off of the A side, we have Jody Smith coming down from the Northern California area versus the always explosive and tough Thomas Stumblebine. Thomas, who definitely has beefed up for today's match, looking stronger than ever, coming through the B side, getting revenge on Scotty Partington. And on the go, Thomas Stumblebine stops him right in the middle, but this goes to the strap. Both of these men looking to grab position, both of these men letting go. It's going to go to the strap, bringing them back to the middle of the table. Jody Smith, he is going to look to get that hand as vertical as he can. Both of them capping it on the go. Jody trying to hit hard off the start, but Thomas has stopped him. Thomas has stopped him in the center, and Thomas knows. He knows. He's wondering why the match was stopped. Jody had definitely arm fouled, but that doesn't matter. Thomas does sense the fact that his hand and his arm is much stronger right now. As they bring him back to the center, the strap remains on. The ready-go position, he sets the thumbs. And a go, and Thomas gets hand control right off the bat and sinks in a deep hook onto Jody's wrist. Thomas taking his time, thinking this through as a seasoned arm wrestler might, learning from early mistakes, and again, Jody pulling off the table. Jody has definitely got to be kicking himself. Both of them capping it on the go. Jody trying to hit hard off the start, but Thomas has stopped him. Thomas has stopped him in the center. He knows right now that Jody Smith does not have what he needs in the tank to beat him. The confidence in Thomas Stumblebine is now brewing. Leading his arm out, leading the hand out, setting himself up for his second match at this point, thinking the more that I can wear out Jody, the better I am to win the 239 class. And what is the call? That looks to me, folks, to be a third foul, and Thomas Stumblebine has now evened up this match at 1 apiece. Jody conferring with Chris Collins in some disbelief, but maybe to Jody's advantage, that match was stopped. Thomas looked to have complete hand control. Folks, as this match has progressed, Thomas looks like he has gained the confidence of a national champion. He looks to be very collected. Right out of the gate, and he does gain hand control, comes up higher on Jody's hand. And Jody, once again, very frustrated, extremely frustrated with another elbow foul. That is 4 elbow fouls in a row, and Jody has to be thinking to himself, I need to settle down. Chris puts both hands in the middle and closes the thumbs, sets the fingers over the thumbs, and on the go, a big hit by Thomas Stumblebine has gained a tremendous hand control advantage and is working Jody back to the pin pad. Jody must be careful as he's in a losing position with his shoulder dipping underneath the table. It looks as if they're going to confer. The three of them have conferred. They are bringing him back to the table. He cannot afford to make another foul, folks, or he will be out, and Thomas Stumblebine will be the 239 champ. And on the go, Thomas gains big hand control and rises above Jody's hand. Now all he needs to do is push to the pad. He is in complete control. Jody's shoulder way below, they call a foul, and there you are, folks, your new 239-pound champion, locked and loaded, U.S. National Arm Wrestling Championship winner, Thomas Stumblebine.